So a few weeks ago, I was talking to a friend of mine and we were just catching up. We hadn't spoken for a while. And he was telling about me about kind of another mutual friend of ours. And what that gentleman had been up to and what he was up to was he was now CEO of a startup company that has created an incredible piece of technology. And the industry that it's in is one that I have a lot of history in and background in. And so I was really curious about this product and I learned a little bit more about it. What they're doing is very exciting. But basically, the question was posed to me as if I wanted to invest in that company. So to actually say, not just, hey, I think you got a great product, but am I willing to, invest my money at some level to help that product make it to market? Now, I'd not really thought of this. I mean, for those of us who are, have investments and 401ks and stocks and bonds and whatever, investing is something that's always been a little intimidating to me until probably about the past 10 years. But it seems like it's easier when it's, like, oh, I'm going to be a part of that that plan, that advisor gave me that advice, really coming down to whether or not you pick specific investments to invest in is a little more daunting. Now, a little more than a year ago, prior to a worldwide pandemic, I actually was working for a client and helped them to prepare to present in front of potential investors. So we had a couple meetings with venture capitalists and angel investors, and we were presenting their piece of technology to potential investors and having some sit down meetings with people who are interested in it, talking through what their questions were, and basically trying to get people who didn't know very much about your company to invest. But those investors were all people that were typically interested in this kind of specific technology. So why am I talking about this today? Because my motivation right now is about how we choose to invest in ourselves. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately because there's some things that right now, and maybe it's because we're, starting to come out of a pandemic. Maybe it's because spring is finally coming to Philadelphia. Maybe it's something about spring cleaning that's reminding me that we all have to invest in ourselves in different ways. And that means that could be a couple different things. When I was freshly out of college and in my first, official career, the way I invested in myself was I bought a lot of books. I listened at that time to a lot of tapes on, everything from how to be a better salesperson, to be a better leader, to, manage stress, to learn how to climb the ladder. I went to live seminars. There were a lot of companies that held seminars where not only could you go learn something for the day, but you could network with other people. And all those things were about investing in myself and my career. Along the way, you invest in yourself by the clothes you wear. Sometimes maybe the colors of your hair. Used to be I invested in my fingernails. That hasn't been quite so important in the last year to have long painted fingernails. But regardless of all that, when you buy a suit to go to your first job interview, that those things are investments that are investments in yourself. I just want to challenge everybody today to think about what you've done recently to invest in yourself. Now, it doesn't just have to be for your career. It could be investing in something for your mental health, for your spiritual well-being. Invest in something for your sense of, love and belonging. If you are single, what are you investing in to have the opportunity to meet other people? And so investing doesn't always have to be about money. Sometimes it's about focus, it's about energy, it's time, it's attention. It's that commitment to say, I'm going to invest however much time, hours, money, attention, love, care, feeling to invest in this thing that is going to continue to strengthen my life and make it better. And so as I go into this week, the reason that this is my motivation this week is because now that I've come out of several big projects and we're now actually putting new projects in motion that are bringing my company all kinds of new opportunity. I think it's really critical that I remember to invest in myself. And that means invest in time away, time for health, time for fitness, time for continuing to eat better. Those of you following the Shock Your Fitness Potential journey, we've been tracking my not overall great success, but I did start a pull-up challenge last week. So by this coming Saturday, I have to have completed 100 pull-ups. I'm well on my way. I'm getting there, and I will have that done by then. But all those things are investments. They take your time, they take your energy, they might take your money. But what do you know that you need to invest in right now for you to keep your head in the best space, to keep your heart in the best space, to help you professionally, to help you personally? Those are the elements that I challenge you to think about this week and really make a conscious decision to invest in yourself, at least in one area this week that is something that you know you needed to do and you haven't done it yet. And if you're really brave, I'd love to have you share it in our notes below. I hope you have a fantastic week. Remember, investments, well, not always, but the idea is the investment will pay off and actually reap you higher rewards than your initial investment.